Hello student. First of all, kept a pamphlet in your hand. Do not write down anything at present, but kept pamphlet in your hand. Page number 1. First question going to be solved. The following accounting information is obtained relating to Pranav Limited. Student, first profit and loss statement is given. In which statement you can see that sales and other incomes are given. Total revenue, expenses are given, cost of goods sold, administrative, selling and distribution expense, it is operating expense. Total income minus total expense is equal to profit before tax, less tax is given, and you can get profit after tax. In next statement, balance sheet is given in vertical form, right? Assets and liabilities are given. Student, one point noted that some notes are also given in paragraph. Note number 1, share capital. Note number 2, trade payable, and note number 3, trade receivable. In paragraph, opening stock was rupees 3 lakh. Assume 360 days in a year. So be careful, 360 days are given in the example. Compute the following ratio. First ratio is gross profit ratio. What is mathematical formula of gross profit ratio, student? Very simple. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by sales into 100. Okay, here sales is clearly given example 30 lakh, but gross profit is not given, right? Sales is given in the example 30 lakh, but gross profit is not given. Student, how to find out gross profit? So are you remember, when sales is given and cost of goods sold is also given, so sales minus cost of goods sold is equal to GP. So GP is equal to sales minus COGS. COGS means what? Cost of goods sold. Okay, sales is 30 lakh and COGS is 15 lakh. So what will be your gross profit? 15 lakh. So write down here 15 lakh. 15 lakh divided by 30 lakh into 100 is equal to 50%. So student, this is your first ratio, GP ratio 50%. What will be second ratio? Operating ratio asked in the example. Operating ratio is equal to, what is mathematical formula of operating ratio? Very simple. Cost of goods sold, COGS, plus operating expense divided by sales into 100. Very simple, student, because cost of goods sold is already given in the example 15 lakh. Operating expense also separately given the example. Student, are you getting? Expense is first statement, administrative, selling and distribution expense. How much? 5 lakh divided by total sale 30 lakh. Your answer in terms of percentage. How many percentage? 66.67%, right? Round figure, 66.666 continue, so 67%. Third ratio is stock turnover ratio, student. Stock turnover ratio. In previous lecture we have complete stock turnover ratio. Formula of stock turnover ratio, very simple. Cost of goods sold means COGS divided by average stock. Cost of goods sold is already available 15 lakh. Now student, average stock. What is mathematical formula of average stock? Very simple. Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. So average stock is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, right? Student, here opening stock given in paragraph. Are you getting? Last paragraph opening stock was rupees 3 lakh. But closing stock is not given in paragraph. Student, remember that closing stock always given in balance sheet. So balance sheet, follow the balance sheet. Inventory, are you getting? Inventory under the heading of current asset stock 2 lakh. Balance sheet 2 lakh. In balance sheet 2 lakhs divided by 2. So what is your average stock? 2,50,000. So 15 lakh divided by 2,50,000. 15 lakh divided by 2,50,000 is equal to answer in terms of times. So here answer is 6 times, student. So this is stock turnover ratio. I understand 1/1 ratio. Okay, next ratio number 4. Number 4, current ratio asked in the example. Student, current ratio. What is mathematical formula of current ratio? Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liability. Current asset divided by current liability. Okay, in the second statement of balance sheet, you are directly given heading of current asset. Are you getting heading of current asset? This is current asset, right? So what is total of current asset? Stock plus trade receivable plus cash, 2 lakh plus 4 lakh plus 2 lakh is equal to 8 lakh current assets. Same thing, current liability given under the heading of current liability, bank overdraft, trade payable, unpaid expense. What is total current liability? It is 3 lakh. So your answer is 2.67:1. Student, current ratio expressed in terms of proportion. Fifth ratio, liquid ratio. Very simple formula. Liquid assets. Liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by current liability. Student, liquid asset means what? Liquid asset is equal to all current asset except 2 current assets, stock and prepaid expense. So liquid asset is equal to current asset minus stock minus prepaid expense, but prepaid expense not given in the example. So current asset 8 lakh minus stock means closing stock. Here stock is 2 lakh. In the balance sheet, inventory 2 lakh. So what is your liquid asset? 6 lakh. So liquid asset 6 lakh divided by current liability 3 lakh. So what will be your ratio? Answer is 2. 2 means 2:1. Liquid ratio expressed in terms of proportion. 6th ratio, student, debtors ratio. Okay, debtors ratio is equal to debtors plus bills receivable divided by credit sale into working days. Student, debtors and bills receivable means trade receivable. So you can see that on note number 3 given below, debtors 3 lakh and bills receivable 1 lakh. The debtor 3 lakh, bills receivable 1 lakh divided by credit sale. Student, here direct total sales is given in the example and no information about proportion of cash sale and credit sale. So without any information, total sale considered as a credit sale. Totally 30 lakh considered as a credit sale into working days. So how many days of the year? Clearly given in paragraph, last paragraph, 360 days of the year. Into 360, your answer in terms of days, right? So your answer is terms of days. Your answer is 48 days. Student, 48 days, right? Okay, number 7. 7 ratio is a proprietary ratio, right? Very important ratio, proprietary ratio. What is mathematical formula of proprietary ratio? Very simple formula. Proprietary ratio is equal to proprietary funds. Proprietary funds divided by total asset. Total assets into 100. Right? Okay. Proprietary fund means what? Proprietary fund means shareholder fund, owner's fund, right? And particular formula of proprietary fund is available. So proprietary fund is equal to share capital plus reserve minus fictitious assets. Student, okay, share capital given at the beginning of the balance sheet, shareholder fund. So here share capital is 40 lakh including equity and preference both. Reserve and surplus clearly given in the example. Combined reserve and surplus 10 lakh minus fictitious asset. Student, fictitious asset include one fictitious asset, preliminary expense, which is given on other non-current asset. Are you getting? Preliminary expense 1 lakh, 1 lakh less. So what will be your answer? So your answer is 49 lakh. So proprietary fund 49 lakh. Here proprietary fund 49 lakh, right? Divided by total asset. Here total asset means total of balance sheet minus fictitious asset, because balance sheet is given, right? So total asset means total real asset. Total asset is equal to total of balance sheet minus fictitious assets. What is total of balance sheet? Student, total of balance sheet is 64 lakh. 64 lakh minus 1 lakh fictitious asset. So your answer is 63 lakh. Understand? So this is total asset. So subsidiary formula also important, student. Proprietary fund and total asset. Divided by 63 lakh into 100. So what will be your proprietary ratio? So your proprietary ratio is 77.78%, student. This is 7th ratio, proprietary ratio. 8 ratio, 8. Number 8, return on capital employed. Return on capital employed. What is formula of return on capital employed? Net profit into bracket BIT. What is full form of BIT? Before interest and tax, divided by capital employed. Okay, here net profit before interest and tax, right, divided by capital employed, into 100. Okay, student, net profit given in first statement of profit and loss. In statement of profit and loss, you can see that net profit before tax is given. Before tax is given, right? How much before tax is given? 10 lakh. But we have required net profit before deducting interest and tax. So we have to add tax. We have to add interest. So 10 lakh, be careful, net profit before tax 10 lakh plus interest on debenture. Interest on debenture given in balance sheet 11 lakh debenture 10%. So 11 lakh 10%, 1 lakh 10,000. So what will be your net profit before interest and tax? So net profit before tax 11 lakh, right? Plus debenture interest, debenture 10 lakh, 11 lakh percentage 10, and debenture interest 1 lakh 10,000. So total debenture interest is 1 lakh 10,000 and net profit before tax 10 lakh, student. 10 lakh plus 1 lakh 10,000, 11 lakh 10,000. This is your EBIT, earning before interest and tax. So it is considered here 11 lakh 10,000, right? Divided by capital employed. So student, capital employed find out by this way. Capital employed is equal to shareholder funds plus long-term liability, student. Shareholder fund plus long-term liability. Okay, shareholder fund is 49 lakh. Proprietary fund means shareholder fund plus long-term liability means what? Long-term liability means debenture. Debenture is given 11 lakh. Long-term borrowing. So total capital employed 60 lakh. So divided by 60 lakh into 100. So what will be your answer? Your answer is 18.5%. 18.5% your return on capital employed. Number 8 complete. Number 9, return on, student, return on equity share capital. Very simple. Return on equity share capital is equal to, return on equity share capital is equal to net profit minus preference dividend divided by only equity share capital, only equity share capital into 100, right? Here net profit means what? Net profit means net profit after deducting tax, which is given at last. Net profit after tax 5 lakh. Preference dividend calculate on the basis of preference share capital. So follow note number 1. See note number 1. In note number 1, 20 lakh preference share capital on which 10% dividend. 20 lakh 10%, 2 lakh. Divided by equity share capital, it is also given on note number 1, 20 lakh into 100. So what will be your answer? Return on equity share capital is 15%. 15%. And last ratio number 9, creditors ratio. Very simple formula. Creditor plus bills payable divided by credit purchase into working days. Student, creditor and bills payable are clearly given in paragraph note number 2, right? Note number 2, creditor 1,50,000 plus bills payable 40,000, working days 360 days consider of the year, divided by credit purchase. Do you know how to determine purchase? How to determine purchase? So purchase included only one formula, cost of goods sold. Purchase included only one formula, cost of goods sold. So from cost of goods sold we can easily find credit purchase. So how to determine purchase from cost of goods sold? So student, this is mathematical formula of COGS. COGS is equal to opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock, right? What is cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold is here 15 lakh. What is opening stock? Student, opening stock is given in paragraph, it is 3 lakh. Purchase missing, purchase not given, minus closing stock. The student, closing stock is 2 lakh, which is given in balance sheet. Are you understand? By making side change we can get purchase. So what will be your purchase? So your purchase is 15 lakh minus 3 lakh plus 2 lakh. So your purchase is 14 lakh. Purchase is 14 lakh, and without any instruction, total purchase considered as a credit purchase. All purchase considered as a credit purchase. By making simplification, your answer is 49 days. So you understand how to get purchase from cost of goods sold, right? Your purchase is 14 lakh from the calculation of cost of goods sold, right? So here exercise 1 completed. So student, be careful, right? Seriously show or watch this video, and after watching this video prepare a note, a calculation in a notebook, right? And try to calculate in rough book separately to improve your own confidence, right? So first condition of the chapter, you have to remember main formula first. First thing, remember main formula, and then after subsidiary formula. Okay, thank you.